Well, I guess I jumped the gun on that one. No, it's not bad. No, this show's not bad. Not yet. But this is a disappointing follow up to this two parter. And considering how much I liked the pilot and the ending of that pilot, oh man, I was let down by this one. So, this is going to be a bit of a shorter review than the last one because I don't really have a whole lot to say about it, aside from the fact that, as far as two parters go, this one's pretty disappointing. But I will still do my best to be positive because my overall thoughts on it are still positive. So, let's discuss. What's up? What's happening? What's going on? Welcome back to the Animation Episode for Anything Animation, including TV and movies as well. I'm your host, Jackson Small. Welcome back to Attack on August. Here is Season 1, Episode 2, That Day, The Fall of Shiganshina, Part 2. I went into this one pretty excited, seeing the ending of Part 1 with one of the most brutal, bloody, vicious deaths that I think I've seen in anime in a while. And I thought, okay, so that means that part two, probably at least half of part two, is going to be the other half of that, and seeing the actual fall of the city and a huge bloodbath with a lot of death. Well, I mean, there was a lot of death, but it was skipped over so quick. Like, they promised us a bloodbath, and then just skimmed over it like it almost didn't matter. And the other half of the episode is just about Eren in this new place with his sister and his friend, and they have to survive for a while. And apparently there's a famine, and there were people getting enlisted into the whole soldier thing. And apparently Eren's friend lost his last family member. And even though we didn't get to know this family member, it is still effective seeing him cry like that. So then they make the promise that the next year they're going to enlist, which pretty much brings us up to speed entirely to present day, where they are now at this training camp to become these soldiers and recruits. And that's where the episode leaves off, with them about to undergo their training. It does a good job with the world building. We see some of the higher ups of this civilization for the first time and seeing their reaction to the fall of Shiganshina, which is brief, but it works well enough. And there is another great scene with, I believe his name is Hams, where where Eren ends up kicking out of his grip while he's trying to carry him away to safety. And they both end up crying, and he ends up relenting on the fact that he is a coward, and that the mom died because he was a coward. Yeah, this is the same soldier that gave that speech about how the death was in vain for all the soldiers in the previous episode, and it works well here. So I think Hans might be becoming one of my favorite characters, honestly. He's pretty good. I do like him. And Eren, I mean, it's understandable why Eren feels the way he feels. He just lost his mother and his house and his city and almost lost his only friend. So you can understand his anger and wanting to kill all these titans and free his world from the hell that they are stuck living. And I will give it this: while it does skim over the actual destruction of Shiganshima, which was a huge, huge disappointment, they did introduce one really cool thing. And that was the Armored Titan, something that not even Eren or any of the soldiers knew about. And that is pretty cool, not to mention, apparently, according to my friend Clayton, he was modeled off of Brock Lesnar. Yes, that Brock Lesnar, the WWE mixed martial artist guy. So that's pretty cool. And I do think that the actual Armored Titan being introduced, like right at the end of actually seeing the destruction of the city, is effective. And it makes you realize, like, oh crap, everything just got worse because now they can just ram through the walls like it's nothing. So, yeah. And then, it just leaves off with them about to start their training. That's pretty much the whole episode, and unfortunately it's pretty disappointing because only a third of it is what was actually promised, and they skimmed over it, and even though we do see some people about to die, we don't see the deaths on screen like we did with the mother. Which I get it, it's probably background characters, they didn't care, but come on, let us see that carnage, damn it. Like, you built up on it so well in the first part of your two-parter, and then for your second one, after a third of the episode, you just threw it away. Like, why, man? Seriously? Whatever. So, that's going to bring me to my final verdict. Final verdict for that day, The Fall of Shiganshina Part 2, is a disappointing, but still overall positive 6 out of 10. It's a pretty big letdown that throws out the great build-up from the pilot episode, but does advance the characters and world building effectively enough to still be worthwhile. I just expected so much more. I really did. I expected so much more out of it. Maybe that was my own fault, but that just felt like it was what it was building up to, and pretty much no payoff. Bummer. But still a decent episode. See you next time for the start of another two-parter with Humanity's Comeback Part 1. It's the training arc now. Hopefully it's better. See you next time.